What's
Hello.
up? How we doing, everyone?
We're
Happy Tuesday.
Happy-
Wow,
yeah,
I had
we
to think
forgot
about
what day it
Tuesday.
was.
I cannot believe I had to think about whether or not it was Tuesday after we've been doing this for 3 years now.
On Tuesday.
On Tuesdays, and only Tuesdays. We've never changed our day. Okay, so we have a very special guest tonight. We are starting a brand new live stream series, which hopefully we'll be able to have a couple people on.
Yeah.
And I do want to shout out our special guest tonight because not only is she a friend, she's also a hero who tagged in at the last second.
Yes.
So
we were gonna have her on at some point.
We were going to have her on at some point. It was always part of the plan, but
yeah.
but she was ready to go. So
Yeah.
I am going to bring her on. I'm making absolutely sure she's ready. She looks ready.
All right.
Welcome,
Hello.
Sapphire.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah,
We
love it.
are so excited to have you. How are you doing?
I'm doing very good. I was a little nervous before the live stream. You know, I'm
Don't need to
being
be nervous.
presented, but I've got
Don't
it.
need to be nervous. We would walk through fire for you. We will protect you.
That's right.
I love you guys so much.
Already off the bat, we have Donnie in. I saw he was in like well ahead of schedule. So
Hi, Donnie.
Thanks,
Thanks
Johnny.
for being here. And Mandy,
Hi,
that's
Mandy.
sweet, Mandy.
we love y'all so much, and everyone loves Saph
Yes.
as they
Oh
should.
my gosh. Hi, Jess.
Awesome. Well,
So
this is gonna be fun.
it is going to be fun. So this is going to be a little bit. I'm not going to be able to keep up with all these comments. I apologize in advance
Hi,
to
Jen.
anyone that doesn't get
Yes.
highlighted on the fly because
Hi,
there's
Bree.
just too much
Oh my
clicking
gosh.
needs to be done.
Wow. All right. Sapphire,
We got some people up in here.
So from here on out, you're here every other Tuesday, right?
Okay, this is gonna be a weekly
Oh, this is
occurrence.
so
We got
awesome,
it.
guys.
Thank you all so much for being here. Okay, so the point of having Sapphire on is to kick off a new vlog series, new live stream series where we talk about something that is near and dear to all of our hearts, I think, which is the haunt industry.
Yep.
And specifically like what some of the talented people in the haunt industry are doing to help build the immersive worlds that we visit. I was going to say every September and October, but also like
in March
in
and
March
February.
and February and
December.
sometimes May and December. Yeah, it's a very busy industry.
Yep.
So we're going to have hopefully a couple of different guests on over the long haul, but it made perfect sense to start with you because you are you kind of
got
like
your
you
fingers
do
in
everything.
everything.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, I'm roaming around. I'm scurrying around everything.
There you go.
So I'm being a little
Make
rat
yourself sound
poking
like
in
an insect, but
everywhere.
you're actually very prominent, which I think is awesome. Thank you, Donnie. Saph, we're gonna
Oh my
send
gosh.
you a commission from all of these
Yeah.
super chats if we
What
get any
the-
more of these.
Absolutely.
So just
No,
so you know,
no.
this is going to you as well. We wouldn't.
I
leave
will
you.
not allow it. I will not allow it.
We're gonna be talking
Yes.
about those bears.
We are going to
too,
be talking
Mandy.
about the Scaredy Bears, which Saph very cleverly brought. And man, you've got like how many? 6 there?
I think 6.
love
Oh, there's one behind her. 1 or 2.
Oh.
There's one.
Oh,
They're hiding.
snap!
I've got Petunia and Dumbflower behind me.
Okay, are you sitting at field right now somewhere? Because the background is very fieldy.
Okay, so fun fact. So I started making my bears, and I would make them in my room, like at my like gaming desk. And I would just like watch videos while making my bears, but it wasn't the most efficient because they require a lot of resources. So I left for a trip, and it was like 10 days. And so this room I'm in now, it's my bear room. It's just for my bears, and it's where we keep all of the supplies. But it was just the most normal, basic room. All of this was brown, just normal wood. And I came back from the trip, and no one told me that they were doing this. My mom, dad, and Donnie, like, did all of this. Like, this is like a... Oh, I don't know if I can get it off the wall.
Don't,
But that's like
don't be kidding me.
right up here's a picture of me and my friends, but they like
Aw.
edited it. Yeah, no, they like Donnie made this curtain. My mom painted the walls and bloodied them. It's crazy. It's the
Y'all-
entire
Perfect backdrop.
I think we've mentioned it more than once, but we are just like so envious of your family and how y'all like stick together and support each other and like I'm just, it's so
I'm
cool.
very
You're like
lucky.
a family of haunters, like a legitimate blood family of haunters, not just like a found family,
Right,
which
right.
is what we
Mhm.
say all the time that we have a haunt family. But
Yeah,
I
it's
love it.
even before starting like any of this, we've always loved just hi Livia. We've always loved just this basic stuff, being creative and just spooky stuff. So it kind of all came together when we got into the haunt industry. It really just made like, everything, like all the puzzle pieces went together. We're supposed to be here.
Yeah, 100%.
Agreed.
I am literally just gonna skip over our socials because I
I
feel
think we
like
should
I
get
feel like
to
we got
it.
some momentum here. So
Yeah.
y'all, if you don't know our socials, they're in our description. You can check them out. I feel like I don't need to beat you over the head with them. But
Follow us if you want to see more
follow
of
us
the
if you
making
want to
monsters.
see more
Follow
of the
Tim and-
monsters,
Tim and
or
Kate.
if you want to see more of Sapphire, who routinely pops up in our field vlog specifically. But also, hopefully, we'll be in other vlogs at some point.
Maybe.
Sometimes we do things outside of field.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
just sometimes. You guys don't post a bunch a week going on these crazy trips. I don't know how you guys do it.
Well, I meant us,
You guys
like
are
the
busy.
three of us, but also, yes, we do like travel
Oh,
and
yeah.
resort stuff all the time.
We have gone a couple places.
And
outside
never
of field.
will
Yes,
now.
Mandy. Still no TikTok.
It's never
'cause
gonna happen.
We're old.
Man, you guys are
If
missing
you're,
out.
if you're
What's
if you're not party to the TikTok battle, Saph, Mandy has been trying to get us into TikTok for
2
years.
years.
And also now we literally can't because
Yeah.
it's out of the
you
App
can't
Store.
even
But
download
like
it.
Is it
short form
still
content is
in the
hard.
App Store?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We're
I
not
haven't
good
I haven't checked. Well,
So we had a list of questions for you, and
bye.
we said you act like we didn't send them to you in advance. Oh no!
Guys, I don't know this list of questions. I've never heard of any of these before.
What is your name? What is your quest? Okay. No. So we might not get through all of these, to be honest, but you do literally everything. Like you're an actress, you're a creator, small business owner, you're a makeup artist, you are a vlogger sometimes. And
content creator.
content creator. Yeah, you actually do have TikTok, so you do short form content too.
A little bit.
We want to like dip our toe into a little bit of everything, so hopefully no one has anywhere to be for the next forever. But we also don't want to keep you up too late, so I just want to dive right in. And what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post our questions one at a time in the comments here, and then I'll highlight them. So
Okay.
this is our introductory question, which is as broad as it can literally be. And I think we actually have two different answers for this because
It
we
is kind
may-
of
Go
weird
ahead.
how we met. It was online and in person. It's weird. Like,
it was the literal definition of internet friends. Like,
Yeah.
like by the time we met in person, I think we all kind of knew each other a little bit because we started on YouTube. Is how like we found your YouTube stuff before we knew who you were, and we really liked it. Like it was
Yeah.
really good. It's still, I don't mean to like past tense, like it's still really
It
good.
was good, and
But
it's gotten better.
We always liked it, and we were always like, wow, this girl's really good, like in many ways better than us at what we
I didn't
do.
even. I didn't know that. I didn't know you guys like saw my videos before, like. Because I guess
No.
yeah, I
Two
posted a
different
couple
answers.
before I met you guys in person.
Yeah,
I was trying to remember when we actually like met in person, and I couldn't pick it out.
well, what does Saph think it was? Because I feel like if we like guesstimate too much, we're gonna influence her answer. So what do you remember
Well-
as being like when we met?
So I remember, I think I'd followed you guys because I heard people talk about you guys. And it was like, Tim and Katie are gonna come
no,
through.
not them again.
And then I think you guys came through. Which event was it? I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember. I forget which event it was, but you guys came through and I was like, oh my gosh, guys, I'm in Tim and Katie's video. And then I remember I posted a video and I think you guys may have commented on it or just started following me back and talking to me. I think is how it went. And then we started talking when you guys came to field. I don't know.
I think the first time, well, obviously we've had many interactions with you in character. I think the first time we saw you out of character, and I would consider that to be like the first meeting, was probably when Katie scare acted. And then I think we had like a chance run in with you and Donnie outside of the FX barn. That's the first time I remember.
That might have been it, actually. Yeah.
I remember.
Because I remember we were standing outside of FX in like the corn area for a bit.
Maybe. Yeah, because we met, but yeah, I was in character. Outside of the barn, yeah, when Katie was all like dressed up, I think that was my first time seeing you guys. Like actually getting to have like a conversation.
Right.
And if you notice, the first conversation we ever had was Katie asking, like, how do I scare act? What are your suggestions? So that goes a long way to show, like, we respect you as a field.
I was asking for tips.
Oh, well, thank you. It's just... Yeah, no, that was crazy, because we met... There was character, and then there was online, and then there was actually, like, getting to have, like, real conversations as, like, normal people, and me not screaming at you guys.
Oh yeah, that was actually the time we had Kaylee with us in tow.
Yeah, that's right.
So I guess Kaylee also.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Because you guys went through as you and then Tim went through as customers, and Katie was.
I was in Den. Yep, and Tim.
Katie went to scene, and then Kaylee was my
second
GoPro handler in lieu of Katie. So we went through together, and we got. I think, and this, Kaylee, you can confirm for me, but I'm pretty sure I told her, "Oh, that's Sapphire. She's so cool. You'll love her. You'll love her costumes."
Oh
and
my
everything.
gosh! Oh my gosh! You're too nice to me.
It's deserved.
It's totally justified.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so you are primarily, but not exclusively, a Field of Screams. Do we call you guys employees, or what? What's the official? You prefer to be known as scare actress or FX producer or artist, or?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I just be running around there, kind of doing.
You live at Field,
stuff.
pretty much.
You show up there.
Basically, I may actually live very far away, but I'm there doing whatever.
Yeah,
but
you guys do drive a long way to be there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, we're about an hour and a half away.
Ooh, that's
actually
that's actually 25 minutes further than us.
Yeah.
So you guys are dedicated too to drive all that way every time, because you are there way more often than we are.
I love it though.
Hold on, I missed one from Gage that I do want to highlight. Thank you so much for dropping in. And I'm sure I've missed. Man, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm having a real hard time keeping up with the comments this time. It's because
I can't even.
So incredibly popular. Aha!
Oh gosh.
Sapphire was hyped up, and you lived up to the hype.
There you go.
Oh, thank you, Kaylee. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, FOS fam. That's what we are.
I hope
people know us as like the family though, like because it's just all of us. It's our when you come up to FX. It's so funny having people in my chair that I've never met, because I kind of turn them around and I'm like, yeah, that's my mom in that booth, my sister in that booth, and then my dad in that booth, and everybody's always just like flabbergasted because we're four out of like the number of makeup artists that we have. It is funny.
Field is getting like new people all the time, so you get to do that intro like 3 times a day, I'm sure.
Oh yes, a lot. I'm always meeting new faces every time I'm there. I love it though.
So let's talk about Field specifically, but you have guest acted other places. I know. Is it more than just Laurel, or has it just been Field and Laurel so far?
It's just been Field and Laurel so far, but I did love Laurel's. Laurel's is super welcoming. All the people there are awesome.
Can attest to that.
Yeah.
That is also.
Oh yeah. I know. That's one of your home haunts.
It's funny. We are basically equidistant between Field and Laurel. Field is north of us and Laurel is south of us. So if we were to go from one to the other, it would be a long trip. But since we're smack in the middle, we have two home haunts, basically, which is cool.
You can just bounce between the two.
I literally that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what you guys do.
We literally
and then
for
we're
Valentine's Day we did one on Friday and one on Saturday, and
Yep.
that was dope.
It was.
So let us pose this to you.
Let's start at the beginning. Well, not the
The
beginning.
very beginning. When were you born?
No. Nope. I didn't.
Okay, so that was
led you to try out at Field. Well, did you started with acting, right? I guess I presume
Yes.
this question. So
I joined
what
as an
led you to
actor.
try out at Field of Screams?
Okay, so I think kind of just pretty basic how a lot of people do is I just went there as a customer and I was like, bro, I want to do this so bad. And it was a few years in a row, every time we would go, I'd come back home and be like, Mom, Dad, I want to be a scare actor really bad. Please. And they're like, it's too far. It's like an hour and a half. And I'm like, okay, we can figure it out. Because I do have a couple haunts near me, but I looked into Field. And one of the things that drew me into them is you didn't actually have to, try out to be there. Because a lot of places you have to audition and do, the get in front of people and, do all that crazy stuff. And even now, I still can't do that. So just one year, it was 2022 is when I joined Field of Screams. And I just messaged them and I was like, hey, you guys still taking actors? Which is a funny question because, we are always looking for people now. Now that I've been there, I'm aware, we're always taking actors. We'll take people whenever. But they were like, yeah, are you free this Saturday?
Yeah, we need
And
you
I was
now.
I was like, I can be. And then I went downstairs and I was like, Mom, you know what I did last night? I messaged Field of Screams and we're gonna go this Saturday and we're gonna act. And then I messaged my friend Mateo and I was like, hey, so we're gonna act at Field of Screams this Saturday. You're coming. And he was like, okay. And then that was it. It's funny. I was actually I remember when I messaged them, I was actually told originally I was going to be in Den of Darkness. Which is funny because after this next upcoming event, that will be the only attraction I have not acted
I've never seen you in there.
So far I haven't done Den or Knock. But I have a little surprise after this next event. I will be somewhere I've never been before.
Ooh.
Are you gonna tell us where, or you're gonna leave it?
Well,
just leave it as a tease.
It's
it can be a tease. It's
we'll
fine.
see. It's a little bit of a
It's
tease.
gonna be like Where's Waldo, except it's Spot Saph.
Oh yeah. There's gonna be 3 attractions. You'll find me in one of them. You gotta spot me.
Okay.
But yeah, it was basic. It was just I really wanted to join. It just looked so much fun, and we just went one day. I got put on the hayride. I got stolen from the Den of Darkness by the hayride manager at the time, and I was a clown. It was a great time.
To be fair, it seems like hayride is your spot. That is where you tend to have the most fun and bounce around a little bit.
It's a lot. Hayride is a lot of work.
Yeah.
I think they're all different in their own way. I think I just love the distancing and the kind of the pacing of hayride. It's different every night, but I love being kind of outside. You can step away easier, I think, if things get too much. But yeah, I love hayride. What will I be doing this season? I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
I have personally seen the most of you probably, well, because of the off-season events too.
Yeah, I was gonna say
probably the
asylum
most of
bathroom.
you I've seen in well, not specifically the bathroom, but often in the bathroom at the asylum, and then Hayride probably like 40% of the time. But that's because
until Christmas it was only open.
We also
during
typically
season.
only get to visit Field once or twice during main season, so it all adds up to where we see you more often in Frightmare. But I have gathered from Instagram posts and the like that you are a Hayride queen.
Oh yes. Yeah, Hayride is where I am for the entire season for the most part. I think last season I think that's the only place I was. Yeah, off-season events, I'm normally in the Frightmare Asylum, Applegate Asylum, if you will. Yeah, that's where I am most of the time. So far, I've only acted in Asylum and Hayride. But
to be clear, in the bathroom scene in Asylum,
not just hanging out. Well,
no, I'm hanging outside the porta potties all the time. I'm kind of
the porta potty.
I do like this comment, and I'm gonna pull this one up too. You do not try out for Field, but they do teach you things.
They have like
it's not just like you show up and they put you in a scene most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time you are trained. Yeah. And when you do join for, like, if you do show up during the season, they will have somebody who's going to help you and like talk you through it before. They don't just really, you don't just get thrown out there with like no information. There will be people to give you like at least a brief, like, this is your scene, this is how you're going to be acting it tonight, and just people who will help you out. Yeah. Field is like, I think the haunt industry in general is just filled with people who are down to talk and are super welcoming and open. So it's pretty easy to just like ask people if they have any like if they can help you in any way when you're new.
I have found that to be. I mean, we both
jumped
in acting. It's definitely been the case.
I keep getting crap for not having scare acted at Field because Katie's now done both and I've only done Laurel. But it's
you
also
gotta
hard to juggle
join
all the content production with the. I guess I could just do it to do it.
Yeah, you could, or you could do it, and I could do my best to film it and not put too much pressure.
I would have like mad FOMO about not filming it though. That's my weakness as a person.
I have to bring someone with me, second camera, and that way I don't feel like it's all on me.
We have a question for you from Kayla, which I think is a good one and is very on topic, which is, what's your favorite character to play and why?
Oh, okay.
Why?
It's so weird. Okay, because it's on Hayride. It's so different because every scene, it's almost hard to assess a character if you're jumping between scenes. Because, like Toxic, I'll say I don't really have a character yet. But my clown character in Hayride Clowns, her name's Puddles, which I don't think I've said anywheres really, but her name's Puddles.
I knew that.
And my Asylum character, her name is Duotine, which is it's just a medicine from a video game I really like, but I just named my character that. I will say I feel like I'm better at playing an Asylum patient just because you can get away with doing almost anything because you just have to be stupid and you can kind of do whatever you want. I don't know, like there's times like I remember I think in like Rec Room we were jumping around just making duck noises and you can still scare people. Like I think an Asylum patient's really fun because you can kind of just do like a bunch of silly stuff. You can be scary, you can get gross, like you can do anything you want.
We've seen all that from you, definitely.
Some of the environments lend themselves more to scary or wacky or gross.
I remember, I think this was when Asylum Bathroom was still pretty new, when I think your mom did your makeup and stuck like some of your hair or like to your face. And then you had like a like drain hair and I was like, and I think you were like, do you want it? I'm like, not really. Not really.
That was actually that was my sister Brienne's hair. It was
hair. Okay.
It was from her. So she was acting with us for the first time, and we had to just cut her hair because she wanted a haircut. and one of us were just like, what if we just slather the hair in, I forget what we even used, something
fat.
lube like.
I
I forget what we actually used, but just slathered that, and then just started giving it out to customers. And then I did get some glued to my face, making it look like a shower drain hair. Oh, there she is.
Uh-oh.
Crystal.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
That would be awesome. That would be
I
cool.
mean, bro.
Take over the bathroom.
Would that be the trifecta of
I think it is. I think it needs to happen. Like, actually.
That would actually be awesome. And it would be like
cool
the most chaotic vlog ever in the history. And we'd have to like cross-post it.
I was gonna say we should do like Saph style, where it's like with her vlogs where she's like, all right, we're about to like set the phone up, and I don't know. I love your vlogs.
Get really
and then make Saph take all of our cameras.
Oh yeah, I'll have the super expensive equipment. You guys can film on an iPhone.
It's not as expensive as it looks.
It looks expensive.
It's one level above a potato.
Yeah.
Guys, don't be fooled. They be looking expensive when they're walking around.
Just because we got lights. I do.
You guys got a little holdy thing and lights.
Yeah.
It looks expensive.
It looks expensive because we made it look that way.
You
we
guys
strap dollar bills to it. No, okay. So I do want to plug this comment because we have a pic. First of all, your Valentine's Day character is our thumbnail. So if you click to this video, there's a good chance you've already seen it. But we also have photos of
there we go.
Neither Puddles nor your silent.
Was this character named?
The Valentine's Day character?
I don't know if I made a name for her, I'll be honest. I kind of just... She was thrown together very, very, very last minute, aka... I think 11 p.m. at, like, probably around 11 p.m. at night before the event, and the morning of the event.
Your mom told us, I think, was it this outfit that they were, like, gluing things together in the car on the way to field?
In the car, we were painting all of the like maggot spots. We were painting that in the car. The headpiece my mom made in like 15 minutes the morning of the event. Painted that in the car. It was all made like the morning of. The wings were glued. I think glued onto wire. We glued them on a wire. We just slathered it in hot glue and then painted it morning of the event. It was stressful, but it worked.
It worked,
and I think
well. I think the only other problem was that was the night it was like 19 degrees, and I was like, "Oh, you look awesome, but I know it's not warm."
You know what's funny is I didn't actually feel that bad. I think it almost helped my it helped the adrenaline. I feel like kind of just it kept me going.
There you go. Yeah, I love that look.
I'm not gonna name this character for you.
No, we're not.
But Rose seems like an obvious choice.
I don't know
what?
That's like a fairy. I don't know. It gave me like.
I don't know. First of all, you might never use this character again because sometimes that happens. But also, like, it's a ton of work. I feel like
you gotta bring it.
It would be cool to use
another
again.
debut.
Yeah.
I think it ended up looking amazing, but I had more ideas. I think I definitely want to work on her more. Like the base costume, I think I want to keep, but there's a couple things I'll keep a little secret that I wanted to.
Can't wait.
Wanted to expand on.
I feel like that's what a true artist would say. Like, yes, it looks
it's a work in progress,
but I've got things to add. Like I mean, Tim feels that way about like the videos and stuff all the time.
Unfortunately, like, after I release them, I can't do anything else with them, and I have to release a schedule.
That's definitely like what an artist would say is like, I've got more to do. It wasn't quite finished. I still have ideas. So yeah, well, yeah, keep your trade secrets safe. We'll can't wait to see this character come back one day.
100%.
It's beautiful.
She will be back. I'm fairly sure she will be back.
I mean, you owe it to at least to your family that was gluing and painting to bring it back out, I think, too.
Yeah, that too.
That you obviously made that costume because we heard the story of it being made and frantically thrown together on the way there. But another question for you is, do you typically make your own costumes for all the other characters?
Okay, so I've made a couple. I think it was for, oh my gosh, my time's bad. 2023. In the beginning of that season, my mom and I made a clown costume. It was the light blue one and like the yellow and the mask that had a peel away on it. We made that completely. I've made a jumpsuit that I ended up using for the pig scene on Hayride. The overalls I like dirtied up. I think those were found at like Goodwill. And I put I think perma blood on them. I feel like I'm missing out. I guess technically the East Coast Haunters Convention costume, I didn't really do much with, but I put that together. But yeah, I've made a couple. I would love to get more into costume creation. Oh, thank you. I've been given a prop. So this,
that mask. Okay.
This, my mom and I made. Although I will say, I think my mom helped a lot because I was stressed out. She's always been the super artistic person, so every time I'm doing a project, I'm like, Mom, can you please help me? Like, how should I go about doing this? But yeah, so I basically got 2 like old man masks off Temu, and I just cut the eye area out, and then we painted it. All of this up in here, the texture is like, I think it's coffee and liquid latex.
That is
sounds
cool.
Weird, but coffee grounds to add all the like texture. But yeah,
I mean, yeah, even from like, you know, far away, you can definitely kind of looks like flesh.
It is nasty. It's really yucky.
There's two stages to the creative process, right? There's visualizing it, and then there's producing it. And I can visualize really, really well, but I can't execute anything. Like, the fact that you can do this, I don't think you understand how unique and awesome that is.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel like I'm getting better at it, but a lot of it came from my mom. And then especially like some stuff still, like some parts of my costume, I have to like be like, Mom, I'm trying to, like for the wings, I think I was talking to her about this. I was like, I can vision it in my mind, but I need you to help me figure out what I'm doing.
That was my relationship with my mom for like school projects and stuff too. Like, I'd be like, I want to do this, but how do I do it? And she's not an engineer. She's not. I mean, she was a preschool teacher, but I guess she was just resourceful. But yeah, I get that where it's like, I know what I want. I need a second person to help me figure out how exactly to do it.
You know why I can't do that? Because
because you're afraid to let other people
so perfectionistic that I'm like, if it's a little bit off, I'm gonna like be like, no, just get out. It's easier for me to do by myself. But it's not really, because I don't know how to do it.
I get like that too. It's kind of a struggle being both. It's kind of like, because sometimes I want my own thing, but then it's also like, I need you to help me with this though. I'm having a hard time.
I feel like
the dream team.
Been a trend in the haunt people that I follow right now, where it's like you start and you get better. And I've been seeing a lot of the
Instagram,
hey, like
template.
This was the first makeup look I did 4 years ago, and this is now. So I think, you know, even if you know, a few years ago, you know, you made something and you're like, oh, I could do it better. It's like, everyone as an artist grows. Like anyone who's, you know, I follow artists who are making their own web comments and stuff like that, who are like, this is what my drawings in 2008 looks like. And I'm like, wow, that is not as good as it is now. So I think like a real artist is always going to want to improve and try different things, but doesn't mean you can't be proud of where you started from either.
100%.
Y'all
Just
may
with my
not be
bears,
able
that's
to-
happened.
Exactly. The bears are, it's a perfect manifestation of exactly what we're talking about. Y'all may not recognize Coaster Mom when she's going through, but she is a big theme park enthusiast and a big haunt enthusiast. And when we run into her, more often than not, it's at either Hershey Park or Field of Screams.
Yep.
So she has been through the mix
Oh my gosh.
quite a few
Hello,
times.
Coaster Mom.
So the good news is we've answered a lot of questions as we've been going. The bad news is officially we're 35 minutes in and 3 questions deep. So we have to cut some of the...
We'll hit.
We love to yap.
the high
Question,
points.
and then maybe we'll move on to like the next topic or whatnot.
But if there's anything you really want to say that we don't get to, Saph, you just cut us off and tell us, wait, I really want to talk about this.
We definitely don't want to keep you here for 3 hours because that's probably how long it would take.
Sometimes we do that.
Hey,
I'll be here for as long as you guys need me.
No, you have to sleep.
I have to sleep at some point too.
No, you'll be fine.
It's sure I'll be fine.
So, what does a typical... I highlighted 2025 because I know it's changed several times. I started going to Field of Screams during the pandemic, so that was a weird time to go. But nowadays, what does a typical day at Field look like for you?
So, yeah, it has changed a lot. Now, it's basically, we have to get up a little earlier now, like the entire family, because when you are doing makeup, you have to be there around half an hour to an hour earlier, because you want to get in there, you want to set up. So, we drive all the way over there, hour and a half. So we're always having to leave and pack up like an hour and a half earlier than like FX call times are. We get there, you sign in, go right up to our booths, we set up, and then it's really just doing makeup for... It honestly depends on how busy the night is, how many actors showed up. It really can like range so much every night. But it's normally around, I'd say, maybe 3 hours of makeup. Sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's longer. I'd say maybe longer than 3 hours some nights. And then afterwards, a lot of the time I'll act after makeup, but there's some nights I'm like, I'm too tired. We're gonna go home now. But then that's going downstairs, getting my costume on, and then most of the time, I'm either having my mom do my makeup or Taylor. Sometimes other people, but so far it's been them two doing my makeup afterwards, and then I'll go out. I'll go act. Depending how long we're open, I'll normally stay the rest of the night, and then afterwards come back to the FX building, and then hopefully most of the time we do have food afterwards.
I hope so.
I often hear it said in your vlogs when everything, because usually for the off-season vlogs, it's Big Steve that comes through at the end and plays closing time, right? And then
yes,
guys rally, and then I hear the words like, "Food is in the FX building," and I'm like, "Oh, good."
Oh yes,
glad you guys
we've got our
orders for that.
that pizza really hits at the end of the night.
Yeah,
most of the time we got some pizza.
Right. After screaming at people for 3 hours, yeah.
Hits.
Anything with carb hits, right?
When you acted, Tanner made, which Tanner's the acting manager at Field of Screams for anyone who doesn't know, Tanner made it very clear that you need to pace yourself because well, you didn't actually have to stay all night, but you chose to
stay all night because we chose to leave a little earlier because we were going to go to Hershey the next day, and we were driving back home, and I was like, I probably shouldn't stay till 11 and then get home after midnight. So I cheated a little bit, but next time I'm going to stay all night. I'm going to
I'll
power through it. But yeah, I feel that's why when I acted at Laurel a few weeks ago, I was like, I got to stay till the end or else I didn't earn my.
Oh yes. Laurel's for different reasons can be more challenging sometimes because of the environment, because one, it's very loud, and two, because you're not allowed to grab people, which Field is a contact haunt, so you can reach down and grab ankles.
Yes,
grabbing
so that's part of the fun of acting at Field that you don't get at a lot of other places.
You can really Yeah, get in there. I was so scared when I acted at Laurel's that I was going to accidentally touch someone because it's a lot of my acting is hands-on, especially when you're on hayride, because that is a lot of the scare factor is like touching people's shoulders or like their hair or something. It is a lot of just like that's how you get people the most, I feel like, because people freak out if anything touches them.
Yeah.
I loved the low ankle or foot grab, or getting close and up to people, or like running really up close to them. I did accidentally like totally barrel into someone at Lowe's and had to actually say like, "Oh, I apologize," because I didn't want to think that you actually could do that. But yeah, it does challenge you to, I think, be a little bit more ambitious, I think, when you can't touch people as well. So
100%.
Yeah.
But conversely, being able to touch and grab people in inappropriate ways, because you're obviously trained to do this in a way that's not going to be offensive or inappropriate.
Right.
But doing that in the dark is much harder than it sounds. So I imagine at hayride in particular, when there's a lot of like flashing lights and dark pauses and whatnot, you gotta be careful, and you gotta know what you're doing. Yeah. So it's not to say that being able to grab people isn't challenging in and of itself.
No, it is. Yeah, because you want to do it safely. And
it's nothing. It's basically, it's like arms are fine, and then here down is a no. Basically, for the most part, just shoulders, hair is fine, but basically nothing chest down for the most part.
That's safe.
Yeah, sometimes like knees and stuff when you're on hayride can, just because, again, lights and stuff, but especially on hayride, it's a little different too. Like when you get on the wagon and stuff, you're trained, you can't, you have to shuffle so you don't step on anybody's feet. So you have to shuffle so that if like somebody's foot's there, you kind of like touch it rather than accidentally step on someone's foot.
Right.
Yeah, you're trained depending on like what scene or attraction you're in, how to interact with the customer.
I will also say of touching that the guest can be part of the problem, so it's challenging sometimes to work around the guest.
Yes.
I say this not because I'm so experienced in touching guests, but because I've been a guest that accidentally stomped on an actor's hand. This is at Markov's. Like Markov's is, I think, one of, if not the only, contact haunts in Maryland.
Yeah.
And I remember vividly like going through like a dark kind of
tight
claustrophobic space and touching down on someone who was trying to grab my ankle and me being like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry." And then I felt the hand be like, "It's all right, bud."
It's a lot is forgiven for the most part, because the energy and the environment is so chaotic at a haunt.
Yeah.
That a lot of stuff also, adrenaline-wise, will happen. There are some things with customers where I'm like, yeah, they were just being a weirdo. You can tell the difference of when it's accidental and when somebody is purposefully doing something bad. You can tell most of the time.
Yeah. Which is just everyone's blanket banner statement: behave yourselves at the haunt. Respect the crowd.
Yes. Please.
In all scenarios, you're not allowed to touch the actors.
Yes, that is true. That is 100% true for every haunt I've ever visited.
Yep.
So, perfect segue, actually, into one of the questions I most wanted to ask, which is not coming up because I can't type it fast enough. Hold on.
Here it comes.
Here
it is.
What is the most challenging thing about your role at Field?
Ooh, like which role, or just
like when she has the makeup and the acting hat
If you had to pick one thing out of 100.
Most challenging? Okay. There's a lot. Like, I guess part of it is sometimes just like, is the pacing yourself. Sometimes is genuinely because you want to kind of get out there and you're like, okay, the adrenaline comes up and you want to run around, do all this crazy stuff. And I still have issues with this. I think a lot of people still have like hard times balancing themselves. but it is so easy to use all of your energy. And then after like, sometimes after the first wagon, I'm like, man, I want to go home now and I want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
That was it.
I would say part of that, and then sometimes I will say customers can be hard to deal with. I will say mid-October, Saturday, is when you get customers that are very rowdy, and you'll have people who do genuinely get like aggressive. I'm thankful to where I haven't been too badly like injured or anything by a customer, but people try to hit you.
Yeah.
People try to hit you, people get aggressive, and I'm like, you paid to be here. I guess that is the most challenging thing, is the thought process of, you paid to be here, why are you trying to hit me?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, why are you mad at us? But I will say maybe that, and then yeah, I guess I'd say those are probably the most challenging. Is, I guess, also it's different on Hayride. I would say Hayride's very physical. Your physical energy kind of wears down super fast. From bouncing, climbing on and off wagons. I will say is pretty. It doesn't sound too bad, but like when you're just running around that much and just like conversing with so many guests, it is a lot, like, over time.
I bet.
We've had the vantage point of being in the corner watching the wagons coming through, and so we know, like, when you're on the wagon, you go from scene to scene to scene in rapid fire, so to you it just feels like the energy is always up. But for you guys as actors on the other side of it, like, watching the wagon come through, it's a mad scramble, and then another mad scramble to get off the wagon, and then you guys are like catching your breath for like 5 minutes until the next wagon comes through, sometimes less than that, and you have to replace and you have to do the whole show again. And I 100% believe it's challenging, and it takes a lot out of you.
And it's very different scene to scene. Clowns is one of the most high energy scenes on, I think even my Hayride manager, he said, like, out of the entire property, it's probably the most high energy scene, because it's really just because you want to start, we're told to be in different hiding spots, and if you are the showrunner, you start in a box that you have to jump off of, which you could technically climb down because there's like a little ladder thing, but that's honestly hard to get down. So most of the time you're starting the show, kicking the box open, and then jumping off the off the stage, and then jumping onto the wagon after that, running around, just doing a lot of.
You guys are doing music, like, acrobatics on the wagon and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, no, you won't see me flipping on there, but we have a couple like really talented people who can do full-on flips on the Hayride, and I look at them, I'm like, I don't know how you can do that. I'm just walking, and I feel like I'm gonna break something sometimes, but
your mom just answered the question I was about to ask, and that sometimes the wagons can be every 3 minutes, which is not a lot of time to
no, especially
reset.
if you gotta put people literally back in boxes in some cases.
Yeah.
There's some nights, like, when it gets bad, it's always mid-October is when it's crazy. There's been some nights where a wagon is pulling out of the clown barn, and there is one at the entrance of the clown barn pulling in. And you gotta hurry up, you gotta scramble back to your spots, you gotta hide, and you gotta do it all over again. It's, as much as you can complain about it being, I still, like, being tiring, I still love it, though. I could sit here and talk about how, like, tiring it is and hard on your body, but, like, I love it so much. I mean, like, there's a reason I'm back there doing it all the time.
Yeah, you
like,
scare because you care.
I scare because I care. And it's, I don't know, it's a lot of fun, and there's just so much, like, I don't know, just unique things and unique experiences, like, you get to have while doing the entire thing that a lot of people can't say they've done before. It's just, I don't know, I love it. But yeah, I would say probably just the most challenging stuff. It can be just making sure to pace yourself, because genuinely, if you do, you're not going to be that tired, honestly. if you actually like are like nice to yourself. But
I like that. That's just a
Be
closing
kind
statement.
to yourself.
just be
Be
nice
good
to yourself. It's a little hard. It's hard for me to say that, especially because I feel like
It is hard.
I do more than I should sometimes.
Yeah.
So we touched a little bit on you doing makeup with your entire family tree. But I did want to highlight, and let me get our ugly mugs off there. Well, my ugly mug. You guys look great. So that you can see these mugs, which are all Sapphire's creations.
Yes.
You got to remind me how long you've been doing FX too, because I know you started as an actor and kind of grew into FX. But these, honestly, these look terrific, and I know they're from different periods and different events, but I was still very impressed.
So it'll be, I guess I'll say this. So this summer, I started going to Field. So how it works at Field is all the makeup artists come through the summer to kind of do these little classes. Even the ones who have been makeup artists for years, there's classes held, and then people who want to become makeup artists will come and attend these classes. And our lovely head makeup artists, Kylie and Taylor, they just basically teach us everything and have different classes throughout the summer teaching different makeup steps, different styles. Like we'll have like asylum patient, and then you'll have clown, and then you'll have like asylum clown and hayride clown are two different things. Like just a bunch of fun stuff like that. And it'll be now a year this summer that I started going to those. So doing makeup at Field, yes.
Wow.
I guess technically the year after I started at Field, so the Christmas of 2022, I wanted an airbrush machine. So my parents got me one, and I practiced here and there on it. Like, I didn't use it too much. I did a few makeup looks on my friend Mateo, and I did a couple on myself. But then I hadn't really touched it for a while. And so, yeah, it'll be about a year since I got back into doing it because I was really interested in being a makeup artist, especially after seeing my mom do it. Because she had a full season doing it before I started. And it just, I don't know, looked like a lot of fun. So those looks were all from this past season. The little elf one, Maddie, who's all the way on the right, that was from our Christmas event. The middle clown one was that was the zombie fun run. That was the first clown I've done at Field.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my first clown
I've
done
doing
there.
it for like 10 years.
I was like, that one. That does not look like first time doing a clown.
Hold on, correction.
I will say,
it looks like I'd been doing it for 10 years. You, I'm sure, have grown and improved to the point where it doesn't look as good as it could to you, but to me, it looks outstanding.
Yeah, that looked great.
I'm definitely still working on stuff, but I am proud of some of the looks I've had so far. There's definitely some stuff I want to work on, but from my first season, I'm pretty happy with how a lot of stuff came out.
You should be. They look fantastic.
Thank you.
I really liked how at haunts in general, but like with the off season and the Christmas, how cool things come out, like the frosty eyelashes and lips and the cookie cutter burns and things like that, with scars in the shape of a shamrock. It's always so fun to see what you guys are going to think of to try to fit the theme of the off-season event. Makeup during season is of course phenomenal, but I almost look forward to those off-season events more.
It is
sometimes,
it is fun to try to plan and come up, because I think a lot of us too, we try to we're like, what has somebody not done yet is what we try to do, but just trying to come up with like fun little like holiday looks, which is reminding me, geez, I gotta go to the store for this weekend.
Missing some
I keep forgetting that the St. Patty's event is like in a few days
around the corner. Yep, 100%.
So I have a couple ideas. Do I have any of the stuff for it yet? Not really, but it's okay.
are going, spoiler alert for anyone who doesn't know, which should be everyone, but some people in the chat know. We're going to have your mom on next time to talk about how she came into FX, and I know her chair is always busy too, so I won't force you to give away the store on makeup stuff, because I know we're going to talk a lot about it on our next live stream too. But
yeah,
I just
she'll have a lot more than me to say.
What?
She'll have makeup wise. I think she's a lot more experienced than me, especially in a couple different like categories. So she'll have a lot more to say on makeup.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Looking forward to it.
I did want to highlight you in your makeup work though, because I know it's not easy to do, and everyone who does it should get credit for it.
Yeah. Oh.
Having said that, I also want to talk about some of the other things that make you so awesome, which include, well, let me start with the thing that's going to take probably the least amount of time that we have left, which is the YouTube channel.
Right.
Because in addition to doing all of this stuff at Field and other places, you also vlog a lot of it. So
I do.
I have a question that I honestly just genuinely want to know the answer to, and you've seen the questions, so you've seen it coming. But I know for a fact that when you started vlogging, you had an existing channel that you kind of pivoted to the experience stuff. What was it that prompted the change in content and made you be like, I think today I'm going to try vlogging? And
my Field of Screams experience.
My Field of Screams, yeah, well, I'm there.
So, what Tim and Katie are talking about is I may have Saphire Amber was a gaming channel. I just played video games with my friends, really. I also streamed on Twitch, so I did a lot of just gaming content, playing a bunch of games with my friends. I think I hadn't done too much right before I started Field. I kind of was like phasing out of my gaming videos, and I think I finished that year of 2022 with like a vlog of my entire, I just like put a bunch of videos throughout the entire year of 2022 because I was vlogging here and there because I thought it'd be cool to make videos vlogging, but I just hadn't put anything actually like fully together. So I just did like an entire year of just, I think, fun little video clips. And at the end of it, I had filmed, technically my first Field vlog is at the end of my 2022 one. And I filmed a little tiny video acting at the Christmas event of, 2022, a little Christmas event. It was my first event I'd ever done. I filmed that, and I was like, I just really like filming Field of Scream stuff. I thought, like, I don't know, that just the energy comes through so well through videos, and I think it's just really entertaining, and nobody really films it that much. I haven't seen a lot of actors get into behind the scenes and just showing their experiences, which I think part of it is because a lot of haunts do try to keep it pretty secretive, I will say. They like to keep a lot of their stuff, like, just like we like to have our customers come and see the stuff for themselves, which I'm fine with. But I kind of just started making videos, shifting, so my Valentine's video, which I think is my most popular video so far. I think 2023, the Valentine's event, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Was it 20? It feels so long now, but 2023, the Valentine's event was my first official Field of Screams video. And I don't know. I think that also kind of helped me, like, gain some friends at Field of Screams, is because, like, people would watch them and then kind of get to know me through that. And
we did it.
It worked. I made a lot of friends and made a lot of friends through my videos, because like even just online. But yeah, just made a video from there and just really enjoyed. I just thought it was like fun to watch, and then a lot of people I know loved it. So I just started filming videos at Field from then on, and now I'm kind of like known at Field of Screams just like for my videos. I've had some like new people I've never seen before come up to me and tell me that they started acting at Field of Screams because they watched my videos.
That's
which
awesome.
I think is pretty cool.
That's amazing.
That's pretty sick. But yeah, the shift just kind of happened very
More
casually.
gradually than it might have appeared, it sounds like.
Yes. Because I was kind of already phasing out of it and then kind of dabbled in the vlogging, and then I was like, you know what? This is what I enjoy.
I think you and I are of like mind, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that filming is fun, editing can be tedious. Like getting it out after it's already been shot is sometimes the hardest part.
You definitely caught me there. I have multiple videos that I have filmed that has never seen the light of day. I will say, like example, my Valentine's video. You know,
you're doing a heck of a lot more than we are, so
yeah.
That is, you guys make amazing content and you post so much. I don't know how you do it, because I film a video and then I'm like, I never want to touch that video ever. No, it's.
Dude, I've scrubbed like 3-4 videos from like seeing the light of day myself, just because I get halfway, I'm maybe like 10-15 minutes into the edit process, I'm just like, nah, this isn't gonna work, I hate it, it's stupid. Then we don't release it.
You have to be in a certain mood, you have to be in a flow, and then sometimes just like you don't at least my thing has been like I didn't film as much as I wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Or just certain things didn't line up. But yeah, I've definitely been caught of just like coming home and just not wanting to. I think just part of it too is just being so tired from the weekend. I'm like, I'll worry about that some other time, and then the time never comes.
Sit on it a couple days too long, and you lose your momentum. Yep.
Yeah. So
I know whereof you speak.
Yeah, I've definitely. There's a couple videos kind of still sitting in my phone.
Well, I'm gonna pivot from that to this question, just to put a little positive spin on it, which is, are there any videos that you're particularly proud of, and why?
Ooh. I think I will say I liked my... Is it my Christmas video? Yes, it is. I think I kind of like my Christmas, my most recent, let me say, the 2024 Christmas video.
Creepy.
I think it was fun because I got both sides of it.
Yes.
I was genuinely happy when that video lapped ours. Like when it got significantly more views, I was like, you know what? That's awesome. She's earned that.
Oh my gosh.
It was a really good video. I'm proud of it too. And I'm proud of you for producing it.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll say, I think just every video, I think I got a little... I just started editing more. I don't know. I think just every video I got better at filming certain things. Just getting more and more, because I think every time I'm like... I filmed acting at Field so many times, like, it's gonna be the same. Like, how many times can I film doing all of this before it's just completely repetitive?
My world.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys get that too, because you're doing basically the same thing, just coming through as customers.
Yep.
It is kind of hard figuring out what's, like, how to not make it the same exact video as the last one.
Sometimes that can push you though. Like, I tried something a little bit different with our latest vlog from Laurel's House of Horror, which is different in a sense because Katie's acting and she'd never done that before. But also, I was just like, you know what? I used kind of the same effects for the last like 3 Laurel vlogs. I'm going to try a different kind of style. I'm going to mix it up graphically and see what happens. And I actually kind of really liked it. Now,
yeah, it's fun to change
at that point, it's not to fall into that rut and just do that over and over again. But
yeah, I think I've just tried adding a little more and more throughout my videos, and I think just my most recent one was my favorite, and I think having the event open for 2 days, because normally our events are open for 1 day.
Right.
I think helped with it, because the first part of the video is, you know, the typical kind of come in the field, doing a little bit of makeup, but then filming from a customer's point of view.
Yeah.
And then the second night being from an actor's point of view, I think was pretty, I think did well, like video wise. I think is cool to see both sides of it.
I agree.
I like this tip from Donnie.
Oh, yep.
The only thing I would add to this is also don't like bang your head against the desk saying it can't be improved. I don't know how. You put too much. I struggle with this. I put too much pressure on myself to produce something new and interesting. And it is widely known that perfect is the enemy of good, but that doesn't stop me from being a perfectionist about it. So this is true too. Like the fact that you guys had a wedding.
Yeah, you caught
like
the wedding.
Oh yeah.
Only there Saturday. So
we missed
that
the
was
wedding.
Really sweet.
I hate that we always miss the coolest stuff, no matter how often we go.
It's just stuff. I think one of the reasons it's fun to film at Field of Screams, and I think almost any haunt, is the people there are so crazy, which I think just makes the craziest environment. There is the most just weird, wacky stuff happening all the time that you catch. Like, yeah, 2 actors got married at Field of Screams, and then when they kissed, all the chainsaws started going off.
Yeah.
Like, it's like it's just some of the weirdest stuff.
I got a little misty-eyed watching it from your video. I was like,
no,
this is so sweet.
Yeah, no, I just also the 2 actors are just like really looked up to and beloved at Field, and they're just like really like genuinely cool people. So it was really cute and just I don't know, it was so fun. I think that was something really cool to catch.
Something that comes across really well in your videos that genuinely just doesn't come across as well in ours because of the customer perspective is like the found family aspect of working at a haunt. Like how close you all are, how close you have to be because you're out there in the freezing cold every night scaring customers together, like the bonds that form and like what you all can accomplish when you're all unified and like, all right, I'm gonna vomit in the toilet and then you talk about poo and then we'll form a chain reaction, a puke chain of some sort. Like,
I always like
it sounds ridiculous to talk about, but like it really does emphasize the kind 100%. Of community that you build at a haunt.
I always like the pre-antics and the post-antics that you catch. It's like
no, that is
pizza still covered in makeup.
Oh yeah. You also
crazy stuff. It's great.
You catch up. You catch each other in some of the weakest moments, you know, kind of looking disgusting. Like on one of my videos, I just have the nastiest makeup on, freaking fake boogers, but I'm like downing a slice of pizza, but you're just talking to your friends like normal, and it's just, I'd say also one of the coolest parts, I would say also about acting is the kind of sometimes you're just thrown in a room with someone you don't know, and you guys then out of nowhere are just like doing like the weirdest bits together ever. Because I'd say also like my Valentine's video, the first one in bathrooms, I think my 2020, I'm so bad at the times, but I think my 2020 2024 Valentine's video, there we go, where the bathroom scene was introduced.
Right.
My friend and I in there, which I'd never acted with him, Sabian. I'd never acted with him before. I kind of knew him, but we were in there pooping on toilets and having to come up with bits together, and it's just, that's how I've met a lot of my friends, is just being in a room and being like, hey, so we're gonna like shake each other violently, or we're gonna pretend to throw up, or it's just really weird stuff, but like it genuinely like forms of like weird bond.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know why this one sticks with me so much in the bathroom, but the like, I dropped the soap or whatever. Like,
no, because him and Hunter, some of y'all don't know, the guy dressed in one of my videos, he's in a couple of my videos doing that, is the hayride manager. He's a manager. Him, Hunter, and Sabian were doing the bit of them dropping the soap and bending over and borderline backing it up on people.
Yep.
And being like, oh no, whoopsies, I dropped the soap. And, oh my gosh. and then just our asylum manager just kind of sitting behind the desk we have in there, just losing it, laughing at them. It's such a crazy environment. It's so much fun. And then just catching that stuff on video, I think, just like really can like show people how much just fun that community is to join.
I'm not shocked at all that someone wanted to join up after watching your videos, because not only do they see the fun and the family, but they
what
see
goes
the work
into it,
and,
but then the final product.
So,
and also the way you build it all up, like this is what we're doing, this is how we're prepping for it, but then you cut a lot of times. I'm not building a formula for you, but I have noticed that a lot of times you do cut to like guest footage or like footage of people coming through like the scene that you're in, and this just their various reactions to everything. And I think you're really good at telling stories.
It was always enjoyable, but
Thank
you are improving in your pacing and editing too, which has been really fun to see. So
yeah, that's what I've been trying to work on, is like filming a little more than I need to, so I can cut it how I need to.
Yep, you've got it.
Just do all
That's
that.
exactly right.
Yep.
I mean, go back or don't and watch some of our old stuff, and you'll see some horrible pacing.
Or
don't,
or never do that. That's another option.
Or take our word for it that we did not.
You know how you can go to a YouTube channel and click on videos and then click on oldest? Just don't ever do that for anyone.
I think I'm going to do that right after I end this call, actually. I think
we used to have legit like 7-minute outros. And every time I go back and watch one of our old vlogs, I hate myself.
Stop talking.
I'm like, I can't delete it. Too many people have seen it, but I hate it. Okay.
No.
We're going to pivot.
I think we're going to pivot because I do want to give... Well, did you have... Sorry, did I cut you off? Did you have something to say?
No, I was going to bring up slightly about a silly video I watched of your guys's that you guys told me about.
Go ahead. Hold our feet to the fire. It's fine.
The little parody you guys made. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that one we're still proud of.
I'm pretty okay with that one.
We're still proud of
that one. That one had its own national...
No, I love it. I love it.
It had natural pacing because someone wrote a song for us.
Yeah.
Way back in the day before we knew that we would be using it for a music video one day.
We still have an idea for another parody video, but it would involve getting on a cruise ship, and we haven't done that yet. So maybe one day.
You guys have to do it this summer. I'm expecting it this summer.
Sure. You want to come on a cruise?
Let's go, everybody.
That's the other thing.
It requires a significant number of people.
We need like 8. Like, we got our friends and family across the country to do that with us during COVID. So we were like, well, we need like 8 people to do the next one on a boat. So it's never.
Yeah, and they all have to be Muppets fans because that's the only kind of parody video we'll ever do.
Oh my gosh. Let's go. Let's go on a cruise. I might not be a Muppets fan, but like I can figure it out.
You're about to be.
Yeah.
Okay, I will be. We will watch every Muppets film that has ever been produced.
Yes.
And I'll catch up on the lore. I'll know
all
the
lore. That's right.
Power through. All right. I do want to pivot because I want to give you time without like exhausting you,
to talk
making
about
you
the
too tired
babies.
to continue. Because you've gathered. Hold on.
All my children.
You've gathered all of these wonderful creatures.
Oh yes, we
for
have
everyone to see.
We have all these children around here. I have even some hidden ones down here.
Oh, I remember that one. I thought that one.
Oh, he's still Christmas-fied. This is Beetle.
It's a biggie. He's a biggin.
Oh, he's a big boy. And then I have shelves with even more.
There are some over here too.
Here too.
Oh my gosh.
And look, this one.
We love that one.
He lights up.
I still remember getting that notification and the name being Tim, and I was like,
suspicious.
Who brought that bear?
I was like, who was that? And then it was confirmed, and you sent me a photo of it.
I should have just not tried to keep it secret, and then just sent you a Venmo so that you got like full cost of making the bear. But I think as we pivot from content creation to Scaredy Bears, a lot of people, I know you get a lot of pressure to make new videos and pump out videos more often, but I also think that some of that is from people who don't know how much else you're doing, that you have your own small business effectively that you're trying to run on the side, which
That is
takes a lot of time. So hold on, I'm gonna introduce this properly with a proper question.
With a proper question.
Oh, yeah.
Proper question. We say proper with a British accent.
Proper.
How did you start Scaredy Bears, TM, and when did you make your first bear?
Okay, wait. So I think Donnie was a butthead and knocked over something I had prepared just for this.
And after he's been so nice in the comments.
Okay, so I started with, I'll just show you guys right now. This is the first bear I ever made.
Aww.
It was this guy. I have my little pins. I made, when I first started at Field, I started for the events making pins for people with their actor names on them. But so this is my first bear I ever made. Which you can see. I want to compare him with another blood bear, but I guess this is the best. Oh, well, I guess him would be the best comparison. I guess they're
Yeah.
a bit of a different vibe, but they're
Changed
similar
a
enough.
bit.
There's this guy. Oh yeah, and this guy has lights on him. Wait, I think actually this guy has lights too. I started off strong with the lights.
Wow. LED.
Let me see if they still work. Oh, a little bit.
You can see him.
Kind of, yeah, I can see a little bit of a...
You can see a glow.
So he was my first bear, him, and then I made one for my friend Joseph. So I wanted to make a prop for the Valentine's event, and I've seen people with like scary teddy bears before, and I was like, I want to make one so bad. So I kind of just, I will say something about my bears. I feel like they have a unique face now, especially now it's kind of morphed a little bit, but they all kind of have their own expression than anyone's I've seen. Yeah, just the really, they're dumb and stupid.
Very like,
yeah.
They're even in your first bear though, that look is still pretty consistent.
I got it slightly off of just looking at a bunch of different bears. I kind of found just like a mouth I liked, kind of the shape of, and I kind of went and did somewhat like that, but it just turned out a lot different, which I am really happy with, because I will say I think the expression in my bears is all stayed pretty similar throughout their entire life. And then started out strong with the bones too. Oh yeah. I will say I do love him.
Impressive for your first one.
Yeah. To be honest, when you said like I'm gonna dig out my first bear, I was expecting it to look very far removed from where we and it does. Like there's notable improvement, but also like it looked really good when
it still looks like my bears. Yeah,
it still looks like, because like if you like a Care Bear looks like a Care Bear.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like a gummy bear, but that looks like a Scaredy Bear.
Well, gummy bears are small and transparent.
You know what I'm talking about.
Hold on, I gotta think about the year again. It had to have been Valentine's Day 2023, if I'm correct. Yes, it had to have been 2023. Was when this baby was created, right before the Valentine's event I made. Him and a couple other guys. My friend Joseph has one that's like matching pretty similar. I think you can see him in that video as well. So I've been making them for about 2 years, I would say.
It is insane to me
I've
you've only been at this for 2 years, because first of all, East Coast on its own was just like a whole treasure trove of those Scaredy Bears.
Oh yes, and there's going to be, well, we're trying. There's going to hopefully be a lot more, but we're trying our best. That's just, we've been very busy.
Yeah,
we've been trying to get them each bear, because I get the question a lot about like how long each bear takes to make, but it's a little hard to range because we always make a bunch at a time. So people always ask how much one makes, and it would around, I guess a basic bear takes around 4 to 6 hours just for just one bear. And that would be a basic bear. Is it just do I have a basic bear around me? I don't know. I guess you'd say like one that just has like blood on it, doesn't have bones or lights or something made out of clay. A lot of my basic bears that just have a type of goo coming out that normally takes around 4 to 6 hours. Because everything on them is made. Their teeth started out actually made out of polymer clay. And we have finally gotten to the point where we can, for last year's East Coast Haunters Convention, we started making them with resin. So we can make batches, which is so much better than what I was doing before. But it still takes around 4 to 6 hours for a bear. Yeah, the clay to resin and teeth. And then a change has been that they get nails. I didn't start with the nails.
Right. Our Christmas bear doesn't have the nails on it.
He doesn't?
No.
We didn't dig out the Christmas bear in time.
I put him away for Christmas because I like to bring him out.
We have a fall bear. We have a spring bear with bird's nest on its head. And then we have a Christmas bear, which is beautifully decorated.
I'm getting a summer bear at East Coast this year.
Oh, yeah.
Summer bear. We could also probably use Valentine's bear. So maybe 5 bears is enough for one household.
I was going to
say,
if you bring any of your leftover Valentine's ones, we might help out with that. Because
I think I have a couple.
And leave it in a bin, because if we don't make it to the back of ECHC or wherever you were, or wherever you're going to be this year in time, like it'll just disappear and there will be no choice.
Yeah.
We're trying to have, it's kind of hard because we're still getting the same table. So it's kind of the same space and it's a little hard to work with because we want to show a lot without it being like chaotic and too much to look at.
It was a beautiful setup last year, I thought.
Thank you. Yeah, but we're trying to have a couple more themes out this year. We want to have we're going to try to work on actually having a like season ones too. Like we want to have a Christmas section, like have some Christmas ones maybe out. And I think the way we were thinking about doing it is kind of having a couple Christmas ones out and then having a little card that's like, if you're interested in more Christmas ones, ask us about it. And we could just pull out a couple that we have behind the table because there's only so much room to work with.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But, yeah, so we're trying to expand the category of bears as much as we can for the East Coast event.
I have been selectively pulling up comments. I promise I'm not missing them if you're leaving them. I actually just, as I was watching them come in, I saw a narrative order to the way that we could pose them. So I will pivot to this one about changing the materials, because one of my questions for you, and I already know the answer to this because we're privy to
I think we got the
insider knowledge on this. But for everyone else,
if you answer it the way we think you're
it's
going
true.
to,
You could surprise us.
You could surprise us.
You could surprise us, and that would be.
Well,
totally
let's cut to the.
We shall see. We shall see.
What has your biggest challenge been on the Scaredy Bears side?
Biggest challenge? I'd say most of it is probably just time, how long it takes to make a bear, and justifying it with money. I would say is because some people don't understand when it comes to like handmade stuff that it's a lot of the time just like a lot of the money's time. Because it takes, like I said, what? Oh, sorry. I had somebody whispering in my ear or something. I'll say. But I'd say, and then also part of it too was just like moving things along. Like back when I used to make nails out of clay and the teeth out of clay, I would have to make every single one by hand. And I would say too is back when I started making last year the teeth and nails out of resin. I come to the realization I'm allergic to liquid resin.
There
Yeah.
it is.
So I kind of started using resin to make all of that stuff last year, and I started breaking out in these freaking rashes, and I was like, man, why are these showing up? Like, it was bad. I was having a rough time, I'll say. I was having such a rough time. It was right before the convention too, and I just had these rashes on my face, all over my hands, and it was like making my eyes swell, and I was like, the most like important day of my life is about to be here, and I'm gonna look crazy. And I could not figure out for so long what the issue was. And I literally just came to the conclusion one day, literally back in, I think, October, like after months. And I was like, you know what? Maybe it was the resin, aka the liquid chemical, basically, I was working with. Maybe, just maybe, that's what was messing with my skin.
It's possible that bathing myself in acid had some undesirable side effects.
I don't know. And what's so funny is it was a big thing. I went to doctors and stuff. We were thinking of any possibility, and let me tell you, there was multiple possibilities brought up, some crazy ones, and none of us stopped to think like maybe it's the just chemical we started using. But yeah, no, it's not too common. It's just you can have an allergy to resin when it's in its liquid form, and some people have not so good reactions to it, aka me. So now my dad actually produces the nails for me, because now on the Scaredy Bear side, it is more of my dad helps make the teeth and nails now because he does the resin. And then my mom and I have actually been working on the bears. She's been helping me a lot with getting our East Coast bears ready. Because last year beforehand, she started helping me with bears. So I taught her how I made them. And now it's definitely like a team effort now producing these bears because it's definitely too much for one to take on. But yeah, I guess I would say my biggest challenge was having an allergic reaction for months and not knowing why I had it.
It's funny how that stuff gets blocked out so quickly when you're like, that chapter of my life is over and I'm never going to think about it again. But it is, when we heard that story, we were like, man, she has literally been going through hell for like a year trying to get this business off the ground. And honestly, like, I am so happy that all of your bears were selling like hotcakes at ECH.
Yeah.
Because
I was not expecting it.
It was so cool.
I was proud.
It was awesome. And you had that great idea to package them in like the clear plastic bags. So everyone's walking around with their bears.
It's just like
it's so cute. And then they're like, where'd you get that? And then they got to send you over to where Scaredy Bears are, and it was just brilliant for marketing and whatnot too.
We need to have like an adventure bear that has like backpack straps on it, and it just holds a card on the back of it.
You could
just
definitely make a Scaredy Bear backpack because there's definitely teddy bear backpacks out there that could be Scaredy Bear.
I've been wanting to for so long. It's an idea I keep wanting because I'm like, I could walk around with a freaking Scaredy Bears backpack, and then it'd be great promotion. It's just something I haven't gotten to. I don't know why, because I have more than enough bears to do it, but it's something I want to do, and especially because I thought like that would be something that I think would sell at East Coast as well.
Definitely.
It did.
Yeah, it was. I remember making, because basically it was just like we opened and I didn't get a sale for a few minutes because people kind of just walk around, look at stuff, and then when they started selling, and I was a little flabbergasted because just like, I don't know, I think they're fun and I love them a lot, but I did not expect them to sell as well as they did at East Coast.
I think you underestimate the allure of these bears and how cool they are. But also, as the comment says, you undersell yourself.
Maybe a little bit. Something I have to remind myself sometimes is like, sometimes I think about how like if I was at a convention and I saw my booth, but like in a universe I didn't make them, I would flip out because they're just, I don't know, they're my little guys. I love them.
And just
I love them. They're like my babies.
Everyone knows what these things look like when you see them in the wild. Hold on, let me get our.
You're covering up the pretty
I'm covering up
face.
the thing. Hold on. Where's the button? This used to be so easy. There we go.
And that was
That's
at,
a Valentine's Day Bears.
Was that at Pumpkin Fest or something? What was it? There was another.
Yeah, it was the Keen Pumpkin Fest up in New Hampshire. And yeah, it was basically we just got a bunch of pumpkin bears ready, a bunch of little Halloween guys, and yeah, so that was all at the Pumpkin Fest. And they did well there too.
This is like a fraction of what you had at East Coast.
Oh yeah.
Like it was 3 times this at East Coast, and they
Yes.
still sold out so quickly. I think, and you would know better than we would, obviously, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure y'all said you were like stitching up bears in the hotel trying to get extra inventory on the shelves for day 2.
It was after, yeah, it was after day 1. It was
After
like,
day
"We gotta
1,
bring more
everything sold
bears!"
out.
It was, so we didn't get a hotel for East Coast. We had to drive all the way back home.
Oh.
But we're used to that at this point. That's what we got to do for field.
snap. So
we
drive
drove all the way
stay up
home.
all night, and then...
We stayed up, even the first morning of East Coast, we stayed up till, I think around 3, 4 a.m. and we had to be back up around 6 or 7. And then just to get everything prepared, packed up. And then also my mom did my makeup for it too. So at like 6 a.m. I'm sat in a chair getting my face airbrushed and getting to the convention. That was a lot. So then the next day, well, I guess not even the next day, that night, coming back home and just having to quickly, because we had a couple bears that were almost done. We just didn't finish in time. So we finished those guys up. And then I had a couple that I didn't even plan on bringing to the convention that I was like, okay, I guess I'll just bring them now because I need more bears.
Yeah.
Because we left the first day. I forget exactly how many we made. I think we brought at least 45. I think. And we, I think at the end of the day, ended with, I think maybe around 6.
Whew.
So the next day we, I think, showed up with maybe, all together, maybe we had, I don't even fully know, but maybe we had like 20 bears the second day. I'm not 100% sure about numbers, but yeah. And then I think we ended again with like 5 by the end of that night. So it was
both crazy and
crazy.
totally believable.
Yep.
I was flabbergasted, but it was so much fun. I'm so excited for this East Coast Honors Convention. It's supposed to be way bigger too.
Yeah,
The entire convention's gonna be bigger.
They scaled it up, and there's also, you should bring some Christmas bears because they're doing the Christmas event at the same time in the next room over.
I think, yes, okay. My mom was telling me about that. One of the reasons too I was talking about doing some of the Christmas bears is because I think I had a snowman, an evil snowman, and I had some woman come up just so excited that I had a Christmas like scary prop there. She was over the moon, so I'm like, maybe I need to bring some like Christmas stuff, I guess, because that at least that one lady was super happy about it.
Absolutely.
There was someone selling like spooky tree ornaments at East Coast too, so there's definitely an audience for it.
Yeah, so I will have a variety, hopefully, for East Coast.
Yay!
So we have... Donnie did say that another challenge is staying organized because there's 100,000 bears in the house, which is a rough estimate, I know. But
yeah.
Probably accurate.
If only y'all could see what I'm
Surrounded by.
Literally a mountain of bears. And I wish I could say I'm joking.
Are these finished bears or bears that need to be scared?
Bears that need to be scaredified.
Got it. Got it.
Bears that are not yet scared.
And you get do you go get like donated bears from somewhere, or how do you get your inventory
get
of
'em-
bears typically?
I get them a few different ways. I've had some people give them to me, like at Field of Screams. It just depends. Like sometimes I'll just find them. Like these guys were after Valentine's Day. We went to Walmart and just got a bunch of their clearance Valentine's Day bears. These guys I think were, I don't know, I think they were just a little cheaper than they were for Valentine's Day. So kind of just hitting stuff like that. Just getting secondhand bears. I don't know. I've gotten a bunch of bears just different ways. They just kind of come to me at this point now.
Don't have to go hunting for them too much.
Not too much.
We do have an audience question, which is which was the hardest bear to make?
Hardest bear to make?
So far. I'm sure there will be harder ones in the future.
I bet you there is one that's blanking my mind right now. I bet you there's like one that, I guess I'll say, I've made big bears. The biggest bear I've made was, I think, 5 feet.
Was that one at East Coast last year? That one that was like in a barrel or something? I can't remember. There was a pretty big bear.
I think the one I'm working on now is 5 feet. That one I think maybe was, I forget the exact size. It was a big, it was a pretty, way bigger than, it was a big boy. Like, he was huge. But yeah, I would say him. I'm working on a 5-foot bear right now.
5 foot. Yeah, that's big. Because that's only 5 inches smaller than me.
He's big. I'm excited for people to see him, but he's not necessarily hard. If anything, working on bigger bears is easier. It's just a lot more. It's still just more time and supplies. Yeah. I guess ones that are the hardest. You know what? I will say I don't think I have one with me, but my bears that I first started making with sprinkles on their face. It doesn't seem hard. Those. But I handmade each one of those little sprinkles out of clay. Oof. And that took hours. Oof. Hours. Yeah, so you know what? I will say that's probably the hardest bear to make was my sprinkle bears, because they originally were just handmade, every single sprinkle. I'd say also, you know what? Let me get this freaking little butthead. Him too, because all of his sunflower seeds.
Oh, I love. See, that's a summer bear that I want. I want one like that.
Yeah, this is Dumbflower. He
like Mufasa.
I guess
it is kind of like Simba.
His seeds were not easy to make because they're made out of clay. I hand sculpted those. Here you go. Look at his.
Yeah, you could have told me those look edible.
That's true, Brienne. So Brienne has this mushroom bear I made for her, and I made all the mushrooms out of clay myself.
Are we talking like cute little red toadstool mushroom kind of thing? Oh, I'm
yes. I want to make more bears like that. I don't think I have a photo of it right now. But bye, Mandy. Yeah, basically it was a black bear and as a rib cage open, and I have moss coming out of the rib cage, out of the like mouth, and then I have little mushrooms I made out of clay. Send me a photo. I can see if I can show the camera somehow. I don't know how well y'all will be able to see it, but
We've done that before.
We'll make it work.
We've done that before. We're like, it's on the phone. Here it is.
If nothing else, you can post it in your Etsy shop.
There you go.
I think it's.
So,
Let's see.
while we wait for that, I'm going to say two more questions for you. And I wanted to pose this one to you because I think Scaredy Bears as a shop has been growing in popularity at an exponential rate for the last year or 2
years.
So if someone was forcing you to answer a question on a live show, where do you think you would see the Scaredy Bear shop being in 5 years?
I'm hoping, because I mean, my family and I are like really hoping, especially like me and my mom have been trying to one of the reasons we're trying to really get our butts in gear for East Coast is because we want this to be bigger. We want to make like an actual workshop, a better workshop in our house for it to actually like move things along super quickly. We'd like to have it as its own independent store one day, and
Awesome.
it would be cool at least have like our shop online and have it be something that is more streamlined and like can just like pump out bears. So hopefully one day it's something that can actually like be big enough to like support us, and just make more conventions too as well, because some conventions aren't the cheapest to like vend at, because you do have to pay a base price.
Yeah.
But hopefully just actually just getting to sell these guys, make more of them a little quicker. Because we're currently working on certain things that just like kind of make the process go along a little smoother. Okay. Apparently Bree sent the photo. Okay.
She did send the photo.
I'll probably turn down. Let's see.
Hold on. Let me. Oops.
That was not
That's
the
not
right
what
one.
I meant to do.
That's not the right
Not
one.
what I meant to do.
Okay. I'm gonna try to.
That's
I'll
kind
turn
of
down this.
Oh yeah, we can see the rib cage and the mushroom. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I'm gonna do the thing that
cute.
YouTubers do. Will it focus? Maybe.
Yeah.
Ever so
Just
slightly.
Is it is the bear green? Like it was a green
Yeah, it's
bear?
mossy green.
It's a black bear, but the
Okay.
green is
Oh.
moss. It's probably
Okay.
a little hard to see.
It almost
no.
it almost looks green in the photo, but yeah, it's a very
It's because of the shadow. I thought that the black was
There we go.
shadow on the green,
Yeah.
but it's actually black and the green is the
Oh, that
Yeah.
one is so cute.
adorable.
And it has a side smile. I haven't done those too much, just because
Yeah.
they look pretty similar to other bears people have made. The kind of like Scaredy Bears smile is a little more like on brand.
Yeah.
But I
Right.
do the little side smiles once in a while. And I'm working. I will say I'm working on a different type of. I can't call it a bear, but we're gonna have some interesting stuff at the convention as well.
It
New
is
product.
It is by definition a
Slightly.
Scaredy Bear TM, even if it is not
There
a.
I will say
Bear.
it's a different type of animal you probably wouldn't expect.
Okay.
Oh, Ray,
Say
Ray,
no
you
more.
do
Says
know.
you. I expect everything now.
I know I know
knows.
I've seen like bunnies and
I want
stuff come
Scaredy
out,
Bears to be jelly cats in the next like 5 years.
Do every single animal, because some animals are not.
And then you run out of animals and you go into
I'm
like
picturing like a stuffed giraffe.
Scaredy
It's
Rat.
something. It's similar. I'll say that it's similar. That's the last hint you're
That's
getting.
it. That's
Similar
fine.
to a
Well,
giraffe.
we will look forward to getting that question answered in a few weeks.
Well,
Say no more.
final question on this front, which I am going to take a comment and reshape it for you, because I knew we were going to get somebody when they saw the bears, how amazing they were, asking about whether or not you would be willing to make them. And I think the easy way to answer this is that these bears, for the most part, are all for sale. So where can people go to get a Scaredy Bear? Where's the best place to go?
I guess so. Right now, your best bet to get them, call dibs on them, would be. Did I keep this a little dark a little bit? Okay, would be to go to the East Coast Haunters convention, because currently all these guys, as much as I'd like to post them on the website, we need as many bears as we can get.
Mhm.
So we're kind of stocking up all the bears we have right now. And they're going to be at the East Coast Haunters convention. There's a couple bears on the website right now that you can get your hands on. But as of now, these guys and the ones we're making are all going to be sold at the convention. But if you want to see the website, I am Scaredy Bears by Saph on Etsy. That's where you can get the couple bears I have on the website right now. But yes, if you want to call dibs on any of these guys, they're going to be at the convention. And whatever doesn't sell there will be on Etsy at some point.
I was gonna ask, yeah, if it just rolled over into inventory for Etsy when all was said and done.
They will be
And
there.
you also, I know there's a limited quantity available sometimes in the Scream shop at Field of Screams.
Oh
There,
yeah, that's true.
I'm hoping I'll be walking into like Walmart one day and see them there. But if
You know, we never know. No.
Is there anywhere else off the top of your head that you plan to sell them, or is it all going to be festival circuit for right now and then Etsy?
So far that I do want to make my own website at some point. That's something we've wanted to do. It's just right now it's just like a lot of like work and like figuring out we would have to do. But yeah, Field of Screams, I do have bears there. They're actually the Field of Screams bears themselves, with the little stitching on there. I have some there. Yeah, East Coast Haunters Convention and currently Etsy, Scaredy Bears by Saph is where you can find the little babies. So, although the little, I also haven't shown this guy too much. His little collar was hidden. The little bat clown, if you want to call dibs on him, he'll be at East Coast.
And the Etsy shop is linked in our description. The East Coast Haunters Convention is not, but it's super easy to find. If you Google East Coast Haunters Convention, it's the only one of its kind right now, and this will be the second event ever. So we will be there. Saphire will be there. Scaredy Bears will be there.
Lots of people in the chat will be there. I think.
Yes, I think almost everyone in the chat will be there. It is the place to be. So
it definitely is. It's a lot of fun. It's end of April. I think it's 26th and 27th, something like that.
Yeah.
I think it might. That actually, yes, I believe 26th, 27th for the convention.
It's either 26th and 27th, or it's 27th and 28th.
I'm pretty sure it's the 26th and 27th.
26th and 27th. They do like
we go.
We do like
the haunt bus tour comes
starts
before,
Thursday.
and then the convention comes after.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we will not be on the tour, but we will be at the convention because unfortunately we have to work.
Yeah.
The tour looks like so much fun. I'll be too busy though.
One day we'll all do a tour together.
That would be so fun.
I would love to join a haunt tour, but yes, that's where these babies will be.
I did slash a bunch of questions off the list that I sent you because of time, but if there is anything else that you really want to say or talk about, we are all ears. Otherwise, I feel like we've out.
I feel like we've covered like all the bases really. Just East Coast Haunters Convention is where you're gonna find all these guys. St. Patty's event this weekend, Saturday.
Yes.
Be there.
We will be there.
And
Everyone
you could also get the chance to see the lovely Tim and Katie in person, live and at it.
Pisha!
We're okay.
And
the real event is to the right.
Y'all are the real event for sure.
There we go.
So
you guys are here for me.
Plug all of your socials here. They're all in the description as well. But Saphire is a multi-talented creator, vlogger, small business owner, actor, special effects and makeup artist, costume designer. Pretty much has her hands in literally everything that you can have your hands in the haunt industry, except maybe lighting. I don't know if you do lighting, but that's probably on the to-do.
You won't find me. The most lighting stuff I got so far is setting up this stream. I got 2 ring lights on me.
There you go. That counts. You done it. You did it.
You put us to shame with your awesome backdrop and all that. So winning.
So you are Saphire Amber on pretty much everything: Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter /X, whatever we call it now, Twitch, and Etsy. You are actually Scaredy Bears by Saph, which we've already covered, but that is linked separately in the description.
You can. I have a Saphire Amber account that's linked with Scaredy Bears, so if you click on that, it'll take you right to Scaredy Bears. So it's still the same thing.
Out of everything.
You got it all.
And Katie and I will be back again in 2 weeks with another special guest who may or may not be related
to Saphire
in industry and in bloodline to Saphire.
I don't know who it could be.
I made it too big, but.
I don't know who possibly could be there.
Blast talking to you.
Yeah,
it was so much fun. I love this. I'm so happy I did this. It's nice getting to talk about everything.
It is, after all, Women's History Month.
Yeah.
So we felt if we were going to highlight somebody in the industry, it had to be a woman and it had to be someone that we infinitely respect.
Yes.
And you are both of us.
There you go.
Thank you guys. I really appreciated this. It was just so much fun.
It was.
We're so happy to have you and your many fans in the chat as well.
Many fans.
Oh my
and
gosh.
a growing number all the time.
Yes. Thank you all.
So
Thanks,
thank you guys
everybody.
so much for joining us. Saph, thank you for allowing us into your bear room.
Thank you. It was a pleasure having you guys in my room.
Until next time, y'all, I've been Tim.
I'm Katie.
I'm
That's
Sapphire.
And every night
It's a new adventure.
and we will see you again soon.
See you Saturday.
Oh yeah. We'll see
Oh,
Sapphire Saturday. Bye.
Bye.